Yes, here we are.
It's 9 a.m. and we're going live on today's show. Price is dropping. Cuba in May. Bugs on the beach.
Yikes.
We're talking, what did I do before YouTube? Is Memories Caribe good for solo travelers?
Right.
Thank you for the gifts.
Yes.
We want to talk stickers, hats, beach bags.
Oh, yeah.
I'm starting to see them down there. It's crazy. Overall experience to Memories Caribe.
Yeah.
Airbnb in Barbados. Questions and answers. Returning guest rate. What
brings you back?
What brings you back to Cuba?
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
I'm
morning.
Mike. This is Jenny.
Hi.
Welcome to our show.
Welcome.
Who do we have here in the, oh my gosh.
All the regulars.
We got to say good morning to Sharon. We've got to say good morning to Christine, Kelly, Robert, 7 Days in Paradise, Robin,
William.
Diane, Paula. We've got Cindy, Tammy, Claire, Chris, Mark, Andre,
Brett,
Andy, Nancy.
Morning from Crystal Beach.
We've got so many people here just chiming in right now. And we just want to say good morning to all.
Nancy, Judith, Donna, and Vince, Daniel, Greg.
Think,
good morning.
Yeah. And to Nick and Jody. And we want to say good morning to Steve out in Texas. And who else do we have? We have some other stragglers that are way out there. Who else just said good morning to us? We've got people from all
over. The New Brunswick message is always, oh, geez.
Are New Brunswick people up this early? Are you guys not an hour behind? Are you an hour ahead?
No, they're an hour ahead.
Okay.
And Vancouver that way is 3 hours back. So anyone like west is later, east is.
Oh, yes. Now let's say this. How is your weather in Canada? It's cold and cloudy and rainy here.
It is cold and cloudy today.
Are you guys experiencing that?
Yeah.
10 degrees here.
Although yesterday it was got hot and humid, and then we had a huge storm. So
yeah, we did.
Like in Jen from Niagara Falls. Morning, Manitoba.
Ted Shaughnessy, he's out.
Yeah.
He's out in Saskatchewan.
Is it Saskatchewan?
Crappy.
Yeah, cold in North Muskoka. Yeah, it's just not a great day.
Jen in New Brunswick, it's raining. Cool in Muskoka.
Yeah.
Wow. 11 degrees overcast in Peterborough.
Cold, cloudy, and rainy in Nova Scotia.
Well, let's do this.
Yeah, let's have our hot coffee.
Let's just slow it down a bit here then. If it's that cold and crappy.
We're not doing much then.
We're not doing much because what can you you can garden today.
I guess you could. You can bundle up. We did a lot of that kind of stuff yesterday. It seemed a little bit nicer in the morning, but I think today we're chilling.
We are chilling.
We're chilling.
I'm not going to get too personal, but I have the flu, believe it or not.
Mike has the flu.
Our
son Charles woke up with the flu in the middle of the night. He's
oh my gosh.
Sick in bed and really.
I haven't had the flu in a long time, but I took the 11. I got in at 4 o'clock in the morning on Friday morning, and I wasn't feeling good.
No.
And then it all went downhill from there.
So 4 in the morning. Let's just go back. You left Cuba 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
Got into Toronto
at 2. No, listen to this.
Well, you left early.
The plane left early, and I always tell Jen I've got to wait for my luggage because I was not doing a carry-on.
Right.
And this is what happened. The plane came in early. And then we're all waiting, you know how you can watch the plane unload? Nobody got off the plane. Not one person.
This is interesting.
And we're like, what the heck is going on?
I agree.
I was like one of the first people on the flight. I'm like, this is an empty flight. She goes, this is the last Sunwing flight. And they did a little announcement on the plane. This is the last Sunwing flight for,
what are the chances Finding Fish was on the
last one? And one of the ladies that was on it, I believe her name was Sharon. And this is for over 30 years flying with Sunwing. And she got all emotional because that was the last flight.
I bet.
So I was on that last flight. So I guess now it's going to be a WestJet plane going for that route.
Right.
So I was on that flight.
Well, it was interesting. Anyway, you got home.
All hell broke loose. I went to bed for a few hours. My mom calls me at 9 o'clock in the morning. She goes, I'm ready.
She was ready for a little date.
Because we had a date planned on Friday morning. I'm like, Mom, I'm really sick.
Not feeling great.
I kept it together, and I didn't realize I had the flu yet.
No, you just weren't feeling great. And you thought you were tired.
I thought I was exhausted.
Which you do feel like that when you come home.
so I got the day going, picked up Mumsy, got her coffee, everything she wanted. She was just really happy to see me. We went out to their trailer, and she hadn't been out there since last year.
Yeah,
so
she got to see her friends.
She got to see her friends, and we got to start cleaning up the trailer and make a plan for that. And that's where my weekend went to.
Yeah.
Then we went yesterday and cleaned up my mom and dad's trailer and got it ready just in case we want to sell it. And
yeah,
it's beautiful. Anyone looking for a trailer on Pigeon Lake? Wow, it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's an older trailer, but they've got a really nice lot and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what
you were
resort
it looks really good.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, no more personal stuff.
Sidebar. There we go.
Let's just see what's
people
going on.
People are asking, Mike, how was Cayo Coco? So I know that's on our agenda, but people are asking, good morning, guys.
Let's just quickly talk about Cayo Coco. It was awesome. The weather in May was fantastic. Like 0 humidity when I was there. I didn't even sweat. It was great.
Yeah.
I think it was about 27 to 29 degrees. Great breeze. And there was no bugs, but a couple of subscribers, I ran into a lot of subscribers on the airplanes, in the airports, at Memories Caribe. And so I always ask people, how are the bugs? Are they bugging you?
How are the bugs?
A lot of people, they didn't bother, but a few of the women, they had the welts on their feet.
And their legs?
And their legs.
Yeah.
But I have to say, they didn't bother me. And anyone that's chiming in that was there, they're probably going to say the same. But I think some of those no-see-ums, people have a sensitive blood type. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is either. Because if I do get bites, and they usually get my legs. Like you're not. I'm paying attention more and more now. But I know you see pictures sometimes of people who've been like
in September, bugs were brutal there. They can come and go.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest with you because I've been there quite a few times and there was problems with flies. So I always like to mention that the flies were.
Yeah, the fly problem seems to have really settled.
Dissipated.
That's good.
So the fly problem was totally normal, like barely a fly. Like you saw some flies, obviously we're out in the tropics. And if they brought fresh fish out, like the fish on the beach and stuff, there's flies love fish and shrimp. But I have to say, like the resort was good.
Good. It was really good to have Mike back in Cuba. Hey?
It was nice to be there.
Yeah. I feel like
you would have loved it.
Yeah.
You would have loved it.
I would have, guys.
You know.
I would have. I can't wait.
I only went down there for the 4 days. And I have a question.
Oh, yeah, it was a 4-dayer.
If I leave on a Monday night and I arrive on a Monday night and I fly out on a Thursday, is that considered 4 days or is it considered a 3-day?
Wednesday, Thursday.
Because I was actually on the island.
No, by the time you got there, it was like early Tuesday morning, I think is what you left on a Monday night. But by the time you landed.
By the time it was still 9:30 at night.
Oh, I thought.
9:30, but I had to get to the hotel.
Why would you ever leave Jen behind?
Well, Jenny had to work.
Someone's got to work.
Jenny's got to hold down the fort.
Trust me.
And Jenny doesn't know how to edit, so I have to go.
Yeah, no, it was. Hello, how are you doing, guys?
So, is it considered a 3-day or 4-day?
Is it a 3-day or a 4-day? Well, I think by the time 3 days, because then you lose a day.
This is another question. So I paid. I'm getting mixed up here. I paid $555.
Yeah.
And then to upgrade to Diamond
Prestige. No, what's it called?
Prestige class. Prestige class was $50. So it worked out to $605. I think I said it was $610. I wasn't good with math that day.
That's okay, but then you also had probably a 50 off because of flying back and forth with Sunwing. You get that coupon, right?
If you fill out the coupon, no. But if you fill out the coupon, you get 50 off.
Yeah.
So I thought I was there for 4 days. So
great, Brett.
Now it was another $50.
Premium class. Prestige is premium class. Thank you.
So if I wanted to fly out the next day, it was 11:00 a.m. flight. So basically you're still getting up at 7 and you're paying $50 more. So I think I saved $50. So I added that to my Prestige class.
Right.
But
no, premium.
Premium. For $555, how many out there would do it for $555?
For the 4-dayer.
For the 4-day and then upgrade.
Yeah. And let's be clear, I can go with you sometimes.
Jenny needs to go on a Friday or a Thursday night flight and be home Monday.
Yeah.
So she can take a few Lou days or call.
Yeah. But I don't typically, I can't make it work if it's like a Monday. Anyway.
Anyway, for the 555, yes, for sure. Absolutely would do it. Please, please, Jill. We got Bucks Half Fan. We've got Ocean Blue. People are chiming in saying, of course they would do it.
Of course, of course.
So
pay more.
That's,
I would.
That's this right here. Prices are finally dropping.
Yeah, totally.
And I got nervous thinking like, holy, maybe prices are going to firm up. But guess what? Prices are dropping.
Yeah.
The plane was full, but it wasn't full capacity. So people are starting
full-ish.
It was still full-ish. So people are starting not to go right now. Like there's
some people are saying I need 7 days or 2 weeks. Some people are like that. Like, I'll be honest, sometimes a 4-day for me feels very rushed and I return feeling like I didn't have a break. So sometimes the 4 days is not what I would prefer either.
Yeah. So it only worked out for me because of what I need to do with my mom. So like it was an opportunity. I booked this on a Friday and I was on the plane on that Monday. And I was so grateful to be there, especially on my last day, because I did make a couple of videos and then I took the last day and I just chilled with the bartenders in the, you know, the guys that run the beach bar there. And I hung out there all day and I ran into so many subscribers and we just got to just talk, like just regular talk about why we travel, why we love it.
Yeah, that's great.
Like just how fortunate we are to be able to travel. And, I was so grateful. I just had my own space, my own time. Jenny wasn't there, but I was grateful. And sometimes you need to go to a place where you feel grateful.
Yeah. I get it. Some people, if they only get to travel once or twice a year, they're like, that's not long enough for me. And then other people are like, I'll take it.
And I just took it.
Yeah.
I would love to go for longer, but in my circumstance, I know like right now, that's just not a variable. Like we've got a lot going on in the Fisher household.
We do.
So for me to try to do this and get back, and I was working the next day with my mom, it's like, oh boy, game on.
I did say to Mike last night, like life is funny. You have these ebbs and flows and sometimes it can be a lot, but I am super grateful I'm doing it with Mike. There's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on. We got a lot on our plate. Let's talk about Cuba in May. And would I recommend it? Absolutely, 100%.
I think you would recommend Cuba any time of
the year.
To be honest,
I've been there all month.
However, there are times when it's stormy or hurricane season where we might be be cautious. But is this the first time you've been in May? Let's be clear. Have you been in May before?
Yeah, I've been in every single month.
Okay, well, of course he has.
I've been in every single month. That was not this year, but last year.
You said there was no humidity, really.
And the temperature was fantastic.
Not crazy hot yet.
Just one day there was no breeze. And the weather was great. And then the last day I was there was a breeze. Oh, it was so beautiful. It's hard to describe on how beautiful it is. Yeah. But when you're there and you feel it, it's like, oh, this is exactly what I wanted,
Exactly.
So
someone's saying, Bucks Half Man, I think May is our go-to time in Cuba moving forward. Awesome time to go.
Because the crowds are not so busy. But listen, I had dinner with a couple of the managers because they invited me out because they found out I was at their resort and they're like, what? So I was talking to the general manager and he said Playa Cayo Coco had 10 to 20% occupancy. And I said to him, how does that resort even stay open? He goes, I have no idea.
Wow.
Because they were right now at about 40 to 50% occupancy.
At Caribe?
For May. Very good. I heard people were at other resorts and it's very quiet. So if you're going now in May, June, July, August, you want to go to resorts that are not 10% because you won't know the food quality, the booze quality, and your service and your things that are open are going to be less. So that's why you need to go to resorts that are busy with returning guest rates like Memories Caribe and a lot more that we're going to mention in the upcoming videos.
Mira's question is going to get out of our feed here. So I'm going to say we took Superior at the Blau for June. Can you change once you get there? I think so.
Yeah, you can ask.
Yeah, you can ask.
And you know what? I think when you need to talk to someone and you need to change it up, friendliness goes the longest way. And most of us are always friendly, but you know what? They go to bat for people in the low season, and if they want to upgrade you, and they have the capacity to upgrade you, sometimes they will do it at no charge.
Yeah.
So that's what. But you're starting to see some of the deals for the upgrades are coming in really cheap now, And like I said in the video, I just posted, $50. Pay the $50 and get your upgrade because it's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
For the food and
it's definitely
quality.
More worth it at some resorts than others, but like you said,
Members Crib, it's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
If it's only $50 or pretty soon it might even be $20 or sometimes they just toss it in for free.
We've been before when it was $10.
Yeah, $10 upgrade. It's like do the upgrade.
Yeah, so
don't hesitate. Like I'm not promoting, but
no,
I know when it's a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
So now we've talked about Cuba in May.
Yes.
Bugs on the beach.
We touched on it a little bit, but like, I don't know. We also said when we talked about bugs, maybe we should talk about like, what are some of the solutions to bugs that you guys have come up with? Because a lot of people ask us that.
But there's a lot of people who have really good solutions out there. Some oils and stuff that I never knew about.
Yeah. We really just started taking bug spray a couple years ago because I was getting bitten more than Mike. And I realized that I think some people do have like an allergic reaction. That's why they are so bad.
Yeah, exactly.
They got that.
Now, I didn't realize when I was flying down there if I was going to check my bag. Like I kind of just do that when I get to the airport sometimes. Or I was going to put it on. I didn't take anything. But I was in the shade a lot. I hung out in the shade the entire time unless I was filming. And if I needed bug spray, I ran into so many great Canadians like usual, you out there, that if I needed a little bit of bug spray, you guys would just like, you would just give it. Like you would just let me just give a bit of a spray. And shout out to all of you people that are so generous. Like Canadians are the most generous out there in the planet.
When you need anything when you're traveling, we've encountered that when one of us have been sick or one of our kids and we Canadians, forgot something.
Hats off to all you that are so generous, not only to the Cubans but to other travelers.
Totally.
And you know who you are.
Yeah, you all are. Okay, I'm going to read some of the solutions just to you. I know the group's probably
it's blowing up here. Sorry, so I see so many questions and answers.
Rum,
banana peels help out with the itchy inflammation. Okay,
reactin beforehand. Cold and flu gel caps.
Okay. Baby, what's this?
Baby hora.
Baby hora are the worst bugs in Cuba. Okay.
I don't even know what those are.
Vicks vapor rub around your ankles. Okay, that's 7 days in paradise.
Over there is expensive. Yeah, it is expensive.
Bug spray and the suntan lotion in Cuba now are ridiculous.
Stand under the plane spraying for bugs.
Stand under the plane spraying for bugs. Yeah. I didn't see the plane either, to be honest with you. Yeah. Didn't even hear it.
Actually, last time someone saying bracelet. Last time I was in, I don't know where, maybe it was Blau. I wore one of those bracelets, but the bugs were bad anyway. But I had it just in case. But I think this summer I'll try that again.
Gin on the beach bugs help a ton, and I've actually had the Cubans rub rum on my bug bites. Totally takes the itchiness away.
Great.
There was only a 3 year, and then I was licking off afterwards because I didn't want to waste it.
You're sitting on our balcony. I'll report back on how it works. Okay. Some people are saying put something on your balcony as well. Like, those little
coils
that you can light up. Cheryl Smith got her stickers. We're going to Caribbean on the 4th.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
Ran into, speaking of stickers.
Yeah.
Ran into so many people supporting the Finding Fish.
Yeah. Thank you.
With their stickers and stuff. That was cool.
It's a huge help. Love it.
Like so many people are coming up with so many great ideas for dealing with bugs. And some of these I didn't even know. Like Ghost Viper put in something awesome here. A little bit of oil in your bathtub.
Yeah.
We saw fellows diving around the fog. Okay.
Ironically, booze in your system can attract the bugs.
Reactin. It's $15.
Tiger Balm. Tiger Balm is amazing for bug bites.
Ironically,
I've used Afterbite for that, but I know that's
so many Tiger Balm,
lavender,
put musk oil,
so loads of solutions,
loads of solutions. That's amazing. Now, and I have to be truthful. The bugs didn't bother me, like I said.
No, the bugs don't usually bother you.
But I went down at the 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. and at dusk because in my video I went and watched the sunset. There wasn't a bug. But that doesn't mean they're not coming. So probably after,
that's true.
They did have a massive rain there, but there still wasn't. So
because sometimes after the rain they come out. But
anyway,
I was telling Mike I had an event at my school, and I hadn't thought of this, but as soon as the sun was not even going down, the mosquitoes and black flies were crazy. Like I hadn't anticipated that, and I'm not a bug fan, so I was helpful. I was looking forward to the evening ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. People always asking, what did I do before YouTube?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to go on this for too long, but
yeah, people always want to know.
I was in manufacturing. I worked for a company, and I ran a division. We manufactured corporate awards for Fortune 500 companies all over North America. I sent stuff to CEOs. I made awards for Bill Gates. The high-end awards for Justin Trudeau. We made awards for Polo,
Microsoft,
major polo events in India. Like, we did some really cool stuff, and that's what I did for 20 odd years of my life.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then COVID, I just had enough. I worked a lot. I worked a lot of hours.
Yeah, you did, and you sometimes were off to shows and.
Yeah, so that's what I did for my life, for part of my life.
For part.
And then I just had to have a break. And then we just finally, you know, after COVID taught me a lot of, like, I was just always working. So it's just like, I had enough. I did well with my life, and then I had to move on.
And we were watching a lot of YouTube during COVID.
Yeah.
I think we've said this before.
We were watching YouTube.
But Mike was just like, wow, I'm kind of already doing that. I'm just not filming it. So
yeah, so I learned YouTube while during COVID, built a YouTube studio that we're in.
We built the studio, we got the equipment, you just started practicing.
And then I learned everything from YouTube, and I became a YouTuber.
And we just started. And in fact, upstairs we were watching YouTube before we came down, and one of our earlier videos was on, and
yeah.
And Mike was critiquing it, but I'm like, you know what? We just started, and like, you just start and you're terrible.
Yeah.
But
you don't know how terrible you are
until you are until years later, and you just keep growing and getting better. And
and you're gonna have mishaps. The video I just posted, I didn't like the volume in the background. It was like a rookie maneuver. I'm like, oh my gosh. I was so tired, and I was my first video since I've been back to Cuba. I just should have moved that background volume up slightly, and I didn't. And I'm sorry, because it would have been, I thought, a nicer, softer tone to a video.
It's okay.
Ted Shaughnessy, what's he saying?
He said, the highlight of your Cayo Coco video was your toast to your father. Choked me up a bit. And ties in with you only live once. So true.
That video, I had to edit some of that out because it choked me up so bad. I had to cut it because it's tough. Like,
it is tough.
You have a couple of drinks and you're away, and you get to think, and you get to be grateful, and a lot goes through your mind all the time.
Also, you what is it called? Like you kind of let things in. Your guard's down more.
You're just enjoying life. More emotional. And it's, like, when I travel lately, or when I'm doing anything, like, I'm grateful, and my guard's down all the time. So I do get choked up because I'm really grateful to do what I get to do. And I'm grateful that I can be in Cuba last week, even for 3 days. I was grateful.
Yeah. You just, and you really needed a getaway. It was awesome that you could get away.
And I did need to get away.
I love that. Whoever, I don't know your name, but you aren't just a YouTuber. You're the best YouTuber. I love that. You guys are awesome. You're so supportive of us. We're always so amazed by how much you guys are supporting us through this.
I have to say, and I've said it just a little while ago.
Yeah.
Like, I ran into so many people that watch our show.
Yeah.
Like, when you go to a resort, and the amount of people will come up to you, and people give me a lot of space too. Like, if I'm just chilling on the beach,
like, people are very respectful.
So respectful. But they just want to say hello, and they watch it, and like, it blows me away the amount of people on airplanes that want to do selfies with me at 1 a.m.
Linda,
or on the bus at 3 a.m. going back to the airport. And I do selfies with anyone that wants, like, selfies galore. And then now people are posting the selfies on the channel, on our sites and stuff.
I would love all those photos. Linda J, I think you're hilarious. You're the only channel I'm subscribed to.
Oh,
that's funny. I'll be honest, I'm not subscribed to a lot of channels either. I'm subscribed to maybe 10. But I wanted to talk about this a little bit, is sometimes I feel like people don't know that to subscribe is free. Like, I feel like before I knew about YouTube,
sometimes
when I wasn't sure if I should subscribe, I also didn't want to get like bombarded, and And it's a simple, like, just subscribe and nothing really happens. You just become a member and it just supports a channel.
It's true.
Right?
But I think what's hard for people is when you subscribe, when you're watching it on your TV, it's not a simple process. Like when you watch YouTube on your phone, it's easy.
Cheryl.
You just hit the button or on your computer.
Yeah.
When you're on your TV watching it, you got to go find your little face and click on the channel. It's a hard process. Like YouTube, you got to figure that out.
Like that's so nice. Paula is saying we agree with the best. We went to Cuba in Feb for the first time. And we also said cheers for your dad.
Oh,
that's
thank
so
you.
Nice. And you guys are so real. That's what we appreciate.
Oh, so many people chime in. It's
so
unbelievable.
Nice, yeah.
Like the messages that go, like when you see our eyes, it's because I'm reading all your messages.
I know. Yeah, I get totally distracted and then I try to.
But I have to read these messages because it means a lot to us.
When is a theme song coming? Ghost Viper. I don't know. We
went back to our original OG songs. When it comes to songs in the background, it's really tough because it has to connect with me, and it has to be something that I'm not going to have copyright issues in the future, because copyrights are the major thing now. So I have to be careful when I'm deciding on songs, and if I'm paying for it, what you're going to commit to, right? Because you got to commit to life. Well,
and then there's also, isn't there also something there? If it runs out, they could take the video down.
Yeah, like if you no longer pay for the copyright, they can they're going to take all the monetization or force you to take your video down. So you have to be careful.
You have to be careful. But there's a couple of questions in here, Mike. Seoul, Cayo, Coco, is that on your list of resorts to visit soon?
Yeah,
it is actually.
Yeah.
And sorry.
Yeah, no, that's so funny because I was just talking about Seoul, Cayo, Coco with somebody, and other people were chiming in. Can you start doing videos that going to a resort, what's going to look like in Cuba for more than 30 days?
Okay.
And so I had a really good conversation with a subscriber down in the Caribe, and they were going to go to Seoul. And I said, well, I was going to go to Seoul last October. It was $1,900 for 28 days.
Oh, wow.
Remember I was talking about that?
Yeah.
So a lot of people are always talking about, hey, can you do a longer? And I think maybe this fall, what we're going to see.
Look at that. Yeah. Someone else asked about the Malia Cayo Coco. Have you been? And maybe you haven't heard, but we've been to Malia, but it was about 13 years ago. Yeah. So it is on our list to get back to.
I might be at Malia Cayo Coco in the end of June. Ooh. I'm just working out the details to see if I can get to that. I'm going to another resort, but I've already paid for it. So this is all finding fish.
I didn't know.
It's not with anybody else.
Yeah.
So I'll figure that out. Now, there's so Ghost Viper just writes in, I have 10,000 copyright songs. See, a lot of people, and I have to say thank you to Jody and Nick, the Ghost Vipers. They sent us some nice, beautiful gifts.
Like a care package.
Oh, yeah. Like
they're Jody, a travel company, right? Or Jody is?
It's just over there where they work for. Can you just actually grab me that?
Sure.
And I have to say a special thanks to Steve. He's an older subscriber. He's from Texas, and Steve sends us absolutely.
Steve sends us things. He's so kind and generous.
Emerald Escape Travel Group. When
Emerald Escape,
they sent me a beautiful care package.
So thank you for that.
And I'm going to talk more about that later in upcoming videos when I am back in Canada and I can get our live stream set up that I can take on guests remotely.
Yeah, when we have 5 seconds.
But I found the site that I can do it through. I think it's called StreamYard. And then I can have you come in from your location, and I can be here, and you can be like in a little box on my screen. That's going to happen, hopefully.
Okay, there's a couple questions. So we're probably not doing an update video for Hibacoa because we were just there in the summer. And
we were just there, and people are so happy with Hibacoa right now.
That I'd rather go to. That's nice. Thank you. Golden Trout says, I recommend your Cuba series. That's amazing. Any info on Sunwing 2 city trips, Veradero and Havana? That looks interesting. I don't have any info on that. Do you, Mike?
Sorry, what was the question?
It says any info on Sunwing's 2 city trips, Veradero and Havana. I don't know if it's an excursion.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, so Ted can share about the Malaya Cayo Coco because he's going there.
Funny, Ted, because you're going for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Those dates that I see, I might be at the Malaya Cayo Coco just for maybe 1 or 2 days. Hopefully, I'm going to see if I can get into that.
Oh, I see. It's 3 nights in Havana, 4 in Veradero. Well, I don't know about it, but that would be amazing. We really enjoyed Havana, and we would like to spend more time in Havana.
Yeah, totally. We want to spend. Yeah, we're gonna go Havana. We're gonna maybe just do a Havana trip and stay there for. They always have 3 and 4 days.
That'd be great.
So we might just go there in the off season.
Yeah. You said you have something coming up in June that you already have booked.
Yes. I'm not saying it though.
Okay. But I was just going to add that I'm trying to get away with you in June.
Yeah, on a separate date.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But we haven't even got there.
We haven't got there, but I just wanted to share that I
dates.
am trying to get away with Mike soon so that we'll both be, lots of people have said, where's Jenny? And can you guys do a video together? So
we're trying
to. We're trying to balance it all. It was really nice that Mike got away and I could still be here and check in on his mom. And that's a huge transition. So we're just trying to navigate it all. We are so grateful for your patience, but
because maybe you just don't know that my mom, we did get her into a home, and the wait list to get her into the home was massive, but because of my mom's condition, she was on the critical list, and so they got her in, and that happened. I got a phone call on a Friday. My mom was moved into the home the following Friday.
Yeah, you have to move fast on that. So there's just been a lot. She's had to go through a lot in such a short time. So,
and that was only like 2 weeks after my dad passed away. Yeah, so my mom's whole life has been uprooted.
Yeah.
And so that's another reason I only went for a 5 day.
Yeah. So we're looking after her. She's adjusting slowly. And you guys, if you've ever gone through this, she needs that level of care, but she also still really needs us and interactions with us. So I was able to drop in and see her and call her while Mike was away. And so we're trying to be mindful of that too.
Yeah. And they lost my mom's pajamas, or the bottoms, to one of her pairs. So
they did already.
We're going back out today to go buy her pajamas. Buy her
some new jammies. Yeah. Anyway, so Cheryl, that is how Mike's mom is doing. She's doing pretty good. She was here for a bit, and we're going to call her today. So
overall experience to memories, Caribe. Let's stay on task here.
Okay, sorry.
And then we'll go back to questions.
Okay.
My overall experience for May, I thought the resort was solid. Yeah. Like everything was pretty much open. Of course, not every single restaurant. Like I think the Italian was open, and then the next day it was the Cuban, vice versa. But I went out to the Italian dinner, and I'm not a big Italian person, but I was invited out, so I said sure. The lasagna that they cooked up.
This. You're not a lasagna guy.
But I didn't order dinner. They just pre-ordered it for me, and it came. Like we shared a couple of pizzas, and we shared a lasagna, and we shared a pesto dish. It's so good. The chef, like I said, bring out the chef at the end, and I want to meet him.
Yeah.
And he was so grateful. The chef came out, and I shook his hand. Like, good for the Cubans. Like whatever they have, they can pull it together. And the lasagna was great. If you're going or you're there, check out the lasagna and just tell me if I'm right or wrong. But
memories hugging.
Also, let's quickly keep on this.
Stickers, hat, beach
bag.
No. Oh no,
we're still on the memories Caribe.
Okay.
Overall experience. The amount of booze. Maybe people are not drinkers here, but let's just talk about it. The booze selection that they had at Bellini's and that they had at the beach bars were totally stocked up. They did have Diet Cola, believe it or not.
Yeah.
They had cola, lots of Diet Cola, but don't forget that stuff comes and goes. They had different kinds of alcohol, lots of alcohol. And if you haven't watched the video, it's out right now.
Yep.
What I liked about the resort is there was activities going on at the pool.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. That meant the beach was quiet. And then they did vice versa. And then the beach got busy. And then the pool area was quiet. And then Bellini's was rocking it out pretty much every night with entertainment. That they had the theater going, vice versa, maybe a couple of nights that I was there. But then they shut all that down by 11. And then everyone went to the young kids. They went to Route 66. So the resort was quiet.
Yeah, you said that.
Which is nice to sleep so you don't hear the tunes at nighttime like I do go to some of these resorts.
Yep.
Like the memories, some of them, they're like you can hear tunes through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And when you're trying to sleep, that's exhausting.
Yeah.
So I have to say that resort, if you're a solo traveler, if you're a family-oriented traveler, there's something for everyone there. And for the size of the resort, I thought it did
nice
well.
When you have the choice to have music and entertainment, but then also it disappears at some point and you can actually relax.
Yeah. Or you want to listen to the waves.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to listen to the beach and you want to have a conversation with
Yeah.
people and you just want to chill out and hear nothing but wind. It was an overall good experience for May. Like totally. No problem.
Yep. Amazing. Someone asked in here. Oh, I know what you're going to say. I think, did we write that down that we wanted to talk about the gifts for the Cubans? Because someone is going on a fishing trip and they're going to Memories Crib, but you actually took fishing
gear. I took the fishing gear. So let's talk about tipping because I did see a lot of coins there. And I bought with a lot of coins. I bought 100. I only brought so much Canadian because I brought a lot of American. I bought $120 in coins.
Yeah.
Brought those home. I saw so many people buying coins. Like everyone was buying coins.
Yeah.
Please don't take the coins. Just take an American dollar. It's cheaper, you know?
Yeah.
Because people are tipping a lot of in toonies. But I bought coins. I bought 100 US $1 bills and brought those home because the guys and the women, they like the bigger US dollars.
They like the big bills.
So I bought that. But instead of tipping the guys at the beach bar with money anymore, guess what I did? And they loved it. Last time I was there, I got to know what they love. They love fishing lures, fishing hooks. I brought them a little care package of fishing gear. I was a champ. Like money can't touch what you can bring like a solid object for. So for me, I brought them exactly what they wanted. And if you're going there, they want one of those throw nets.
Oh, okay.
But they want the 4-meter diameter, I think it is. If you're going there, you want to be a hero, you show up with that. You can go on Amazon and price them. They're not much, but let's just say you go down and you're going to spend $50, $100, whatever. Go buy them some gear and take it down. Good line. They want fishing line that's like the spider wire, but you can buy that. It's not very expensive nowadays. They want big leaders that the fish can, if they bite, they don't break the leaders. Hooks, variety of hooks. They like tilapia hooks and they like bigger hooks. So I brought them all of that. And if they don't need it, that is major money for bartering for them. So tips are amazing. It doesn't always
have to be money.
Doesn't have to be money. No. Different things like fishing gear is amazing and they love it. And I had no problem getting through that with customs.
And people are chiming in and saying what they take. And it's true. Like gardening gloves and brushes for the guys on the beach to clean off the chairs.
100%. Things for their cars.
Treats for their kids.
You know, like
that they can go home and take them.
like anything like those. And if they can't use it, they will find someone that will barter and they can trade. Because the black market, or let's call it the Cuban market, I'm on those sites. It's huge. Like people bring generators down there.
We've met people that bring all sorts of things.
Like it's crazy. That blows your mind what people will bring.
They are so generous.
So anyway.
Okay. I want to ask Mike, because someone asked about, did you see the Omelka dark chocolate tequila? Because you did mention in your video that there was lots of
tequila. But I didn't see it this time.
No. Okay.
But they had the silver and the gold tequila down there, that brand.
Yeah. Okay.
Tons of it.
Sometimes they do have it, but
yeah. Now someone just chimed in here.
Been to Malia Trinidad Peninsula?
I have. And I made a video. I made a few videos about it. You can just go through our history and you'll see that video there. Great resort if you're going.
Yes, Christine, Advil and Tylenol for adults and kids.
Malia Trinidad Peninsula. Yeah, I was there.
Are you sure you were there?
Yeah.
Because when I heard that, I was like, I don't know if you've been there.
I think I have
been
there.
Christine said we had the chocolate tequila at Sanctuary and Grand Memories.
The chocolate tequila, it's great. Like I'm not a tequila kind of person, but then I run into subscribers and they're like, "Hey, have a chocolate tequila." I'm like, "Oh boy." And it went down really well.
Jason says he was wearing his Finding Fish t-shirt in New Brunswick and someone asked what it was. I said, it's a guy I know looking for fish in Cuba. And then I explained your YouTube series. That's funny.
Well, I was sleeping on the flight coming home and I was in an exit row. No, I was before the exit row.
Yes.
And so my seat wouldn't go back. So I put my hand up and said, if there's any available seats, I'll purchase one because I need to recline. And she goes, yeah, come up here. It was $30. That gave me a deal on it. $30. I had seat number 1. No one took, so I had the whole row. I'm like,
Amazing.
oh, this is amazing. So I'm sleeping and we're almost getting ready to like land, and she taps me. She goes, I heard you're a famous YouTuber. That was the stewardess. I said, famous? I said, I'm not famous, but I am a YouTuber. Then I said, hey, finding fish, look me up.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's cool.
That was a funny little story.
It is a funny story. I hear that all the time.
Okay, so next on the list, we're talking Airbnb Barbados.
Yeah, I finally booked, and I did it myself because normally I'll go to Zach, our oldest, and say, can you do this for me? I did it myself. I booked Mike and I an Airbnb for our Barbados trip. I know we've told you we're going to Barbados. We had the flights, but we didn't have a place to stay yet.
Yeah.
And so I just been searching out a cute little place, and I booked it on Airbnb.
Yeah.
And Jenny surprised Mike.
Jenny looked after it.
I looked after it. Mike's been a little busy. So that's going to be an exciting trip for us. And it's like it's a warm place in our heart. Mike's parents introduced us to Barbados probably 15 years ago. I don't know. It's been a while.
And we're staying in the neighborhood that we always stay in. It's in Whole Town. Sunset Crest, if you've ever been.
It's going to be so much fun.
Like we're close to a beach and we have access to a the beach club there.
Yeah.
You're right near the grocery store, all the restaurants and the buses.
Yeah. So we're going to share that with you. We're going to show you the bus. It's so easy to get around in Barbados, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
We are. One thing I have noticed compared to when we used to go, how much prices have gone up for accommodation.
Yeah.
This is why I always have to, I revert back to Cuba. What I paid for this trip, I paid, like that's an airplane flight anywhere that you're going for $555. Try to get on an airplane.
Yeah, that's a flight.
Get a transfer, get accommodation, food, and booze for $555.
Yeah.
Barbados, we got deals on our flight, but no baggage. We're paying $450. So I bet your flights are going to be $500 easy, no problem. And we're going in July. Then you got accommodation, food, entertainment, buses.
Now, accommodation in July was not bad.
It wasn't bad
for a week.
It's just not bad.
It's not bad, but it's
like when you go to Cuba, you cannot compare.
No,
you can't. Like it's very hard to find.
No,
something reasonable.
You can't even get a hotel in Toronto for the weekend for $555. I know because I deal with my girlfriends. It's crazy.
Toronto, Canada, like come on.
Yeah,
the Canadian dollar's crushing Canadians. Like come on, like it can't. Like the prices, we can't be in hyper inflationville all the time in our own country. Like things need to equalize a bit. Anyway.
Okay, I wanted to just. GB, I thought you guys preferred the Flamenco Hotel. Is it not good anymore? We love the Flamenco. I love the Flamenco.
We love the Flamenco.
Lots of people on here love it. And
but I was just there and made an
Mike
update.
Mike was just there and did an update. Otherwise, we'd probably be going there.
So listen, when I'm going and I'm traveling, I always like to go, all over the place.
And then back to do updates.
But I wanted to go, like if I'm by myself or I'm on with Jenny, sometimes we love to go to adults only.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. We have 3 kids. I love them, but I love to I just want to chill out on the beach. I just want to chill out on the beach.
Kids every day. So.
Jenny's like in the profession of kids. So
when I go away, I'll be honest, I prefer adults only.
If we can get a deal for $555 and I can wake up and there's nothing going on at a resort, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's great for me. So don't get me wrong. I love kids because we got them.
Yeah. But I love them to a point, right? Like we just need breaks sometimes. Okay.
We always need a break.
We were going to talk about, and maybe this is a good time to talk about it. Because we have it at the end here, but like, what is it that brings people back? The returning guests. Because Mike at Caribe or Caribe, however you say it, they have a huge returning guest.
Yeah. Right.
And we just wondered like, what is it that brings you back to the same resort over and over?
Yeah, what brings you back?
As a returning guest, what is it that you love? Is it the food? Is it the people? Is it the beach? Is it the overall experience? Is it that you met friends?
Of the resort?
Size, convenience,
the service,
consistency,
the room.
Why do you go back?
And let's start off by saying this. I can see, does the Memories Caribe have a few issues? Absolutely.
Sure
I think it's an 18-year-old resort.
Yeah.
So they're going to have maintenance issues. There's going to be issues with with all resorts. That's not going to change. 18-year-old resorts have issues, and they try to do a good job at containing those issues.
That's right.
There's a lagoon right beside, so I think that's where you get some odors, and that's where you get some bugs. But with that set aside,
beach and people.
I don't focus on the negatives when I'm gone away. Like, they don't even bother me. What I do focus, Memories Caribe's beach.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It is. Yeah.
The service on the beach, you don't get to see that anymore, where you have the beach bar and you have the food and you're 20 meters or less to the ocean.
Yeah. I'll never forget the first time we walked over there and I saw people on that beach and the food right there and the drinks. And I was just like, oh, I want that. I want that.
I think they have probably one of the most intoxicating walk-ups to the regular service area, where you can start to see the shower and then you see the palm trees and then you see the blue in the background and you're walking towards the beach. That's a postcard, folks.
Yeah.
That is probably one of the most picturesque, picture-taking facades ever.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that wants to, like, people just get incentivized by that. Yeah. I want to see that.
It's funny. Everyone's chiming in and everyone's, they've got similar things, but Frederic says it's nice to be recognized by the staff. And I'm going to tell you, that's why I loved the flamenco. Yeah. I felt safe there because I felt like they knew us. Totally. And it felt like home. And someone else said that, and it felt like family.
Yeah.
And I wanted to take our kids there. Like, I wanted them to experience that, not necessarily just like whether it had great food, or of course the beach is beautiful in Cuba anywhere. But I mean, you feel there's something that you feel when you keep going back to the same place. Now, having said that, after a while when we went to flamenco, it wasn't the same staff. And that kind of like,
because a lot of them have left for America.
Yeah.
Because they had that one year where I can't remember how many thousands of people left for America, and the flamenco.
A lot of them.
Like, we knew all the staff, and then all of them left. It was like blew us away.
Yeah, most of them left.
So anyway. I think for us, definitely it's going to be the staff, the service. Like, when I walked into Bellini's and I'm greeted by the bigger guy there, knew my name. Like, that's why I get it. We all love to have that feeling.
It feels good. It feels good.
And you know the lay of the resort. You've been there. You know where you're getting your coffee. You know what time you're going to the beach. You know where your beach palapa and lounger is going to be. You're going to get there. You're going to give Buddy the money so he gets it for you. That's why we go.
Yeah. Was something.
Can I just chime on this?
Yes, of course.
Stephanie, $1,500 to go from Ontario to Edmonton. Absolutely crazy. Wow. Sorry, we're talking about prices.
Oh, yeah, to travel within your own country.
And my brother just flew home for my dad's funeral. And then he flew home and he told me how much it cost him to go from Ontario back to Calgary. Like, it almost made me vomit. Like, come on, Canada. Like, it doesn't cost $1,000 to take a flight from Toronto. Like, if I can fly from Toronto to London, England for $800, but it's going to cost $1,500 to go from Ontario to Edmonton. Shame on Canada.
Shame on us.
Like, come on.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's far, but when we're in Europe, you can fly from one country to the other, sometimes for $10. Remember that couple we met in Dublin? Frustrates
me. Like, Canada,
we got to
don't do this to Canadians. Like, don't put all the pressure on Canadians to keep the airlines afloat. Like, we either need competition or come on.
Yeah.
That frustrates me when I see thousands of dollars.
Just getting my key.
Because that bothers me.
I know.
Don't take advantage of Canadians at a time when we're low.
I'm going to chime in because Annie's saying the feeling when you're a solo traveler, also of being safe and feeling safe. She feels that at Memories Caribe. She did not feel that when she was in Dominican. Staff, beach, and pool.
We talked about the solo travelers. Yeah. There's a lot of solo travelers at Memories Caribe. Tons. And that resort, because it shuts down 11 o'clock at night and you're back to your hotel room, it's very well lit up. The paths are level. If you need a wheelchair, that's another reason why it's a busy resort. You are safe there. A lot of great Canadians will have your back there. So that's why I think it's so busy. What are you laughing about?
That's hilarious. $1,500 with my wife to Costco. That's this guy.
I'm not allowed to go to Costco anymore.
You can't let him out of the house.
Let's just quickly talk about this. So we were down and I was just down in Memories Caribe and someone said, you paid $5.55. Like I said, yeah. They go, oh my gosh, that's a Costco run.
It is a Costco.
That is sad, but it's true.
It's a Costco run. Someone was asking about the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi was great when Mike was away. He could FaceTime me right from the beach.
The Wi-Fi, probably the best Wi-Fi at a resort I've been to lately. People were talking on their phones in the water. Wow. You could still get Wi-Fi.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, not that, we know Costco is dangerous.
Costco is dangerous. Yes, it is.
Not that we want to be on
Costco is expensive,
but it is good to know that you have good Wi-Fi. Bill Curtis, good morning. Someone else also said they trying to convince their girlfriend to go to Cuba, that she's heard the horror stories of shortages and all this stuff.
Let's talk about shortages.
Yeah. Did you see shortages?
No, I didn't.
We haven't for a while, really.
And I had lots of drinks, lots of water, great coffee, cappuccino, eggs, all the main staples.
Was there bacon?
I didn't see bacon. Nope. I didn't see bacon.
Not this time.
But they were doing eggs on the burgers at the buffet.
Oh, that's fun.
If you wanted it.
Yeah, that's fun.
So I didn't see bacon, but then again, I wasn't looking for bacon.
Yeah.
But there's all the basics there. And for the price I paid, I really couldn't complain.
Yep.
So the shortages right now, if you're going to go to Cuba, go to the popular resorts. Don't go to those resorts that don't have a lot of people there right now, because you're going to have shortages. So pay up a little bit more money and go to the resorts that, like Blau, the Internationals, Memories Caribe, probably the Flamenco, the Royaltons in low season. They're going to be busier. They're going to have a bigger returning guest rate, and they're going to have access to better quality of food. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Someone's asking if the pelican's still there.
I didn't see him.
No, I
didn't see him.
I don't know about that pelican. Anyway.
But I guess the pink flamingos are really plentiful down there right now. People are seeing hundreds and hundreds of them.
That's good to hear. Mikey, let's stay on track. What is our next piece? We were going to talk about, we're going to talk about some of our merch. So guys, in the end, we kept the lime because that's what everyone wanted us to keep.
People have been sending us pictures that they're getting. Yes. So we ordered samples and we sold the samples.
Right.
So this is the last bag, but I did a big order. So lime green, pink, gold,
blue, and oat or
fuchsia.
Stone.
Yeah, they're coming in. Yeah. We did order them.
Cindy loves her pink.
So
bag.
They should be in, I think, within the next couple of weeks.
Right. So I will make a beach bag post for you to get your beach bags, because some of you, like I said to Mike, someone sent me money last night for a beach bag, and knowing that I don't have beach bags, so he's a shoo-in, I guess. He's going to be getting a bag. He's already paid.
Yeah.
I will put something in it specifically for the color, and if I don't have your address, all of that stuff. But that's coming.
That'll be coming.
How much are they? $35.
They're $35. That includes shipping in Canada.
Yeah, we're able to ship them easily.
People have been sending us pictures. They love the beach bags, actually.
Yeah. Now, the nice thing about the beach bag is the material of it, I think.
It's like a heavy canvas.
It's a heavy material, so it'll...
But it's got a waterproof liner.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's got pockets on the outside. It's a good enough size. Someone, I don't know if it was Cindy or not, but someone took a picture with the towel and a water bottle in it. There's enough room. I think it's going to be, well, I can't wait to take it on.
Yeah, it's coming in, and people.
Cindy's saying great material.
Yeah, people that have gotten it loved it.
Greg, that was you.
And people that have gotten their hats, they love their hats as well. They held up.
Yeah, they held up in the shipping.
And I took one down south, and I had mine on, and it held up really well. So for me, I just did the trucker hat because it still can breathe at the back, and it's just for me, for my son, because I'm starting to bald. And I don't want to be burnt all the time.
Spinning. It's not bald. Anyway.
Our 4-pack of stickers is finally arrived.
The 4-pack's in.
That's our new color. So
you've got lime green, the fuchsia, the black, and then the original blue. These are the only stickers. We're not buying more stickers ever, probably.
No. So you can buy them in 2s and 4s. Yeah. And people have been supporting our channel by buying our stickers. And we have to say thank you. It's kind of like our Patreon. So thank you. It is our Patreon. So you could, you get something for it, and we make a little bit of money off of it. And we send those out for $10 and $20 shipping included.
Yep.
To anywhere that they need to go.
Yeah, they're great on the Bubba mug. Someone said that look great. Mike's got his this morning. I'll show ya. But we get lots of people showing us.
I actually love it on my bug because I know where it is.
Then Mike knows it's his.
No one can take my Bubba mug because it's my finding fish.
Yeah. So someone said, how do you order? Go to our Facebook page. We do have. Oh yeah, Mikey, good job.
Oh my God, how do we order?
You just go to our Facebook page, which is Mike. Finding Fish Mike, Jen Fisher, and DM Jenny. It's me on Finding Fish Facebook. And then you just send me a message and I will get it out to you. It's stickers right now. So if you want stickers, it's now. Beach bags will probably,
beach bags are coming.
I'll post something maybe next week or the week after.
Yeah. And then we probably won't do, because we're going to be away a lot this summer. So if you want your beach bag, the best thing to do is order it now, because we're going to be away. We won't be shipping them when we're away in July and August.
Yeah.
I will do another order of shirts in August, but then I'm gone away in September, October, November. So I'll do a big t-shirt order and merchandise, finding out what everyone wants for their Christmas holidays. We'll send all that out in September, October, November, and then that'll be it.
Yeah.
Because for us to do merchandise when we're not home, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
That's why we just kind of put it together. If you want your stuff, hey, that's amazing.
The beach bags will fly out of here, though, because, I mean, we just couldn't keep up.
Let's just talk about Canada Post right now.
Yes.
Canada Post has, well, they might go on strike, but
they've been so good.
People have been getting their stuff
in a day.
The next day.
That's crazy.
So,
and I can't remember who it is, but she used to work for Canada Post, and she was just so impressed. I know it was a beach bag.
No, we sent a beach bag to Cornwall.
Was it Cindy? Yeah, they got it the next day
to Cornwall. It was like
Linda got hers in 3 days.
So,
and then there's some people who I've sent the stickers out to, and I don't know what happened. I've had to resend one for sure, but 2 days to New Brunswick. It was Cindy. It was amazing.
2 days to New Brunswick. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you just want to say thank you to people that do sponsor us by purchasing this. We make a bit of money off of it. You get something in return, and we just appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, someone's
going to Cayo Largo in 12 days.
Love it there. Loved it there.
We might actually have to go take the train to Montreal,
go to Cayo
fly
Largo.
out.
Okay.
Because I miss Cayo Largo.
Jill got her stickers in 2 days to New Brunswick. Amazing.
That's amazing.
That's awesome, guys. So thank you for all of that.
Any other questions before we all call it a day, guys? We just want to say, we just want to say thank you to everyone that's chimed in on this long weekend. And
sorry if you missed it. You said already. When are you back in Cuba for your next video? Michael will be back in a couple weeks or a week. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's usually just now. He'll look and he'll go when he can.
Yeah, I have to be home for my mom right now, and she has the trailer property that I have to clean up and get that dialed in. We have our own property. My mom's got a house. We've got a house, so we're busy.
We're maxed.
Thank God I don't have a real job.
No kidding.
Because if I had a real job, I'd be stressed. So right now, I'm having to do all that.
Yeah, we're just maintaining 4 properties and a life. So anyway, you'll get there.
Yeah.
Probably next week or 2, you'll be away.
If you haven't subscribed to our channel, which I know all of you guys watching right now have.
But maybe if you haven't.
I just want to say thank you to all on this amazing long weekend. I hope you're having coffee, cervezas, waters, whatever you're doing with your day.
Mikey, yeah.
I'm going to feel better. I just want to say thanks for this live stream. I needed it. I needed the holiday.
It's so good for us. We love it. And it's a holiday tomorrow.
And so we're going to chill out tomorrow.
So if you tuned in today, you guys are amazing.
Anyway, that's it for our live stream. If you like this channel, do us a favor, like and subscribe. And guess what? We're going to see you in the next video.
Totally. Have a great weekend.
Bye, everyone. Thanks so much for chiming in.
Yeah.
See you soon.